Yo, what's up guys? My name is AFC Adinho. Got a game with the Regenerator team. The opponent I played, I lost to that team a few battles ago. That's in the Belly Drum Azumarill. I'm just gonna lead off with Weavile. So last time he led off with his Rotom, and I just want to throw some knockoffs. But yeah, his team is really strong against my team. So I have to play a bit carefully. Normally I would bring in Slowking, but I'm gonna bring in Tangrowth. He should live any attack. Basically I want to avoid the double into his Weavile. Now though, I think I'll have to make the Slowking play. Because Slowking is the mon that keeps Keldeo and Heatran in check. But if I switch out on the pursuit from Weavile, it's gonna die. And that's basically the problem with this team. Now I kind of want to make an aggressive play, go into Weavile, expecting either a Rotom or an Amoonguss. I don't think he's going to stay in because Psyshock is gonna do a lot of damage. He's also Specs, so he's not leftovers. That's what I know from the last game. I basically had to use 3 Pokemon to kill the Azumarill after Belly Drum. So it was already a downhill point at that thing. But he goes into Amoonguss, and now I'm just going to click knockoff. I'm not sure if he's going to stay in, but if he goes into Rotom, it's basically a 2-hit KO. Keldeo will lose about 45%. Same for Azumarill. Then setting up Belly Drum will be very difficult. So this is actually a really good turn for me. And yeah, something has to take this knockoff. The worst thing that could happen is if he stays in and goes for Spore, because I think Amoonguss is going to live a knockoff. He does switch out into the Rotom, and this is definitely going to be a 2-hit KO. So 62, and yeah, the next one will definitely do over 40%. And if he switches out, that's also good for me. Dishing out those strong knockoffs is definitely a problem for him. So he decides to stay in, so we get rid of the Rotom. So the moment we get up rocks, they are going to stay up on the field, and we are really going to need those stealth rocks just because it needs to pressure the Weavile. The Weavile is life warped, also one of the worst sets for me. Because he can switch up moves. Yeah, Keldeo coming in. I kind of want to avoid the double into Weavile here. So I'm going to bring in Tornadus. Tornadus should live a Spec Surf if he does go for it. And if he goes Weavile, he cannot really Pursuit Trap me. He can, but I don't die to Pursuit if I switch out with Tornadus. So Weavile does end up coming in. And I'll just bring in my my Tangrowth on this. Would be nice if he goes for knockoff, but he'll probably just go for Crash, which my Tangrowth should be easily able to take. He does go for Icicle Crash, and now he's definitely going to click knockoff. So what I could do is go into my Weavile. He will knock off my item, but because of the pickpocket ability, I will steal his life orb, which means he does significantly less damage to me, and Slowking can then perhaps live a pursuit from full HP once he doesn't have an item. So I think this is definitely my best play, because I don't want to get knocked off on any of my other members on the team. I'm definitely going to need my Tangrowth alive. Also proccing the Regenerator. So he does indeed go for the knockoff. I take his life orb. Unfortunately, he doesn't take life orb recoil because I took the life orb. But I'll click knockoff myself now. Could have also clicked Icicle Crash, to be honest, because he doesn't have an item, but I just want to chip off on him. He also wins the speed tie. And we basically do the same damage. I do die to the life orb, which I would have done a bit more, but now I'm able to bring in my Tangrowth. And Icicle Crash is not knocking me out, so what I'm going to do is I'm going into Heatran. There's no way he's clicking knockoff here. He's either clicking Icicle Crash hoping for the flinch, or he's going to go into Amoonguss. Yeah, Amoonguss is coming in. So I get in my Heatran, which is really nice. And I'm going to get up my Stealth Rocks. He probably knows that my Heatran doesn't touch his Heatran, but he goes for Spore, kind of expecting the Stealth Rocks probably. And what I could do now is I can bring in my Tornadus, and every time he brings in his Weavile, it's gonna take Stealth Rocks damage. He can only switch it in, I can actually switch it in 2 more times. I didn't do, he's over 50%, so that's kind of annoying. He does end up doubling into his Weavile. But I have a pretty healthy Tangrowth now. There's also the chance that he misses Icicle Crash. So I'll go into Tang. He does go for the Crash. Not sure if this knocks me out. Probably does. But he has to click Crash then. Is he going to take the risk of missing here or not getting the roll? I don't have anything to revenge kill this, because Heatran is asleep. So maybe it's just better to go Slowking. Since he doesn't have an item, I'm pretty sure I would live the pursuit. He does go for Crash. And I'm going back into my Tangrowth. If he clicks Pursuit and Tangrowth stays at full HP. Okay, he does go for the Pursuit. And we live. Very nice. That's the EV spread, boys. The remaining points into the fans. Now I'm just going to click, should I just click Leaf Storm? I could also just click HP Ice, but it's everything. I think I'm just Leaf Storming just because it also breaks the balloon on Heatran. But it actually goes into a Zoomeril and that thing gets blown up by the Leaf Storm. Damn. So we get rid of this Zoomeril. That's nice, so this cannot barely drum up against us. Heatran is coming in. I know this has Stealth Rocks, but if he goes for Magma Storm, I cannot switch out Slowking, and then he can knock me out. So I'm gonna go into my Tornadus. As he goes for Rocks, I don't want to defog these Rocks away just yet because he still has his Weavile alive. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm just going to click Knockoff. Getting rid of the balloon and potentially surprise him with an Earthquake from Tangrowth later. He goes into Amoonguss, maybe predicting the knockoff. Now my knockoff does, but there's nothing stopping me from clicking Hurricane right now. So he goes into Heatran. Please hit this. I need to chip for my... Of course I miss. I need to chip for my Hydreigon. So I'm gonna knock off now. That should still put him in range of Specs Dark Pulse, I believe. He's at 53. Goes for Magma Storm now. And I'm just gonna go for the U-turn here. A nice 3%. Let's see. Just gonna go. Fuck! I shouldn't have done that. I should have just gone Hydreigon. Because because for Earthbound, Hydreigon was at full HP. Shit. Okay, I bring in Hydreigon now. Click Dark Pulse. But Hydreigon was at full HP, so even if he went for the double Magma Storm, it was resisted. I could have just Dark Pulsed then, and then I would have kept a full HP Heatran. This is really bad. This is really bad. I needed the Heatran alive, just because then I would have had an extra sack. I'm getting my kill now, but yeah, this could probably cost me the game, just because he still has his Weavile alive. And my Heatran is gone now. Keldeo coming in. This is such a bad position to be in, especially because Slowking is really low. And I feel like I have to sack a Pokemon now. He could even double into Weavile right now. So just sack Tornadus. If I had Heatran now, this would have been much easier, because then I would have had an extra sack. I'm gonna go Tornadus. Yeah, as he went for the Secret Sword. Guess I could have brought in my Tangrowth as well, but now I can bring in Slowking. Because I need to keep my Tangrowth around. It's the only thing that beats his Weavile now. Goes for Secret Sword there. Amoonguss is very likely, but I cannot really double. He goes into Amoonguss now. Go Hydreigon, in case he goes double into Weavile. As he spores me. Okay, now it's over. Now it's over. I'm bringing Slowking. Shit, man. If I didn't make that play, I would have... He couldn't have clicked Spore. That's the bigger thing. Yeah, Weavile comes in and he's not gonna die to rocks. He also doesn't have Life Warp, so... he should just click Knockoff, honestly. Just gonna go Tangrowth as he does go for the Pursuit. Maybe I should have just roosted. Slacked off. But yeah, now it's over. We go Hydreigon here in case he does go Amoonguss. As he just Icicle Crest, so yeah, that's over. That one misplay just cost me the game. Whatever, I'm out. Yo, sorry about that, guys. I was really tilted after the game. That's why I suddenly logged out. I know his team was probably the worst matchup against me. As you could have seen, the moment I lose Slowking, I just get overpowered by the Keldeo and even the Heatran. But the reason I was tilted is because I shouldn't have lost that game. And it's all my fault as well. If I just went into Hydreigon, and I know it's easy to talk about it in hindsight, but if I went Hydreigon, nothing would have happened against me. Even if we clicked Magma Storm, Hydreigon was at full HP, so the attack was also resisted, so I wouldn't have lost that much health, and I would have still been able to go for the Dark Pulse. He went for Earth Power, so if I made that play, obviously I wouldn't have taken any damage at all. If he went for something like Flash Cannon, Hydreigon would definitely not die from that. If he went for Toxic, I would have still been able to get off my Dark Pulse. And even if he switched to Amoonguss, he couldn't have done anything because my Heatran was still asleep, so he couldn't have clicked Spore on my Hydreigon. So if he switched out then something else also had to take the Dark Pulse. And it's a Specs Dark Pulse, so nothing on his team appreciated the attack. And by going Hydreigon, obviously my Heatran would have been alive. A Sleep Fodder. Obviously, I still had an extra Pokemon to sack if something did go wrong, but basically all of his Pokemon were already checked. His Weavile was kind of checked by my Tangrowth, since he was not able to 2-hit KO my Tangrowth anymore with Icicle Crash. Keldeo was obviously checked by my Slowking and even Tangrowth and Tornadus. Amoonguss was checked by my Heatran, even Hydreigon and Tornadus as well. So that game was looking so good for me, and it was because I had such a great start. Because I know that the team was almost impossible for me to play against, because I literally had to do everything right. If he got off one good double on my Slowking or something with his Weavile, then the game would have basically been over for me. And that's why I was so tilted, because I had such a great beginning. Even got rid of the Azumarill with the Leaf Storm, and then I make one bad switch and suddenly lose the game of it. But yeah, those kind of things happen. I usually start thinking after I click the button, and that's because I used to play a lot of Showdown, also playing a lot of Showdown lately, and on Pokemon Showdown you actually have a cancel button, and I would love to have a cancel button on Pokemon Showdown, on Pokemon, because not having that cancel button actually cost me a lot of games, because I'm usually used to click that cancel button on Showdown. But yeah, things happen, and yeah, obviously everyone makes misplay and we keep on improving on those. Yeah, that's basically the message I wanted to share with you guys. Yo, what's up guys, AFC Adino here. And we're playing against the same team that we lost against a few battles ago. But it's a different player. I don't know if it's an auto from that player, or maybe he just passed on his team to a guildmate. That's also possible. Anyway, I'm just leading off with Hydreigon. Just trying to click Dark Pills from the start. If he does end up switching to leading with Keldeo or Weavile, I obviously have to switch out. But maybe he leads off with Rotom as Azumarill comes in. I know this thing is Belly Drum. It's probably just the same team, so I'm gonna play like it's Belly Drum. Obviously, if it's Bandit, that sucks for me, but I cannot take that risk. So I'm just going to go for the Flash Cannon, as indeed Citrus Berry, so he Belly Drums up. But I'm living that +6 Aqua Jet, so I'm going to Flash Cannon again. Because for Aqua Jet, 54, I knock him out with the Flash Cannon. And that Azumarill is gone. Don't have to worry about that anymore. Still have quite some health on the Hydreigon to live a hit from the Heatran if I need to. Actually live a hit from Rotom as well. And now probably Weavile or Keldeo coming out, since those are the only members that are faster. He knows I'm Spec, so he could also go into Heatran and set up rocks. Wow, my throat. He goes into Heatran indeed. How do we play this? He should set up rocks. I kind of want my own rocks up as well. But he's probably modest, since he was able to knock out my Heatran from full HP. Do we just go Slowking? Maybe I should just go Tornadus and defuck his rocks away if he goes for it. Because if that could also make a really aggressive play and go Weavile on the rocks. That would be a bad play. I'm just gonna go Slowking, which is the safest one. We just took out a Pokemon. We don't have to play risky, as he does end up setting up the rocks. And what I could do, I know this Heatran doesn't touch me, so he's most likely switching out. Don't think he goes hard Weavile, probably Rotom or the Amoonguss coming in. But in case he goes Weavile, I could make a double into my Heatran. That basically covers Heatran, Weavile and Amoonguss. If he goes Rotom, I'm still going to go for the rocks, because that forces him to defog. But most likely Rotom coming out, because I could also click Psyshock. It's crazy that Psyshock does over 60% to Amoonguss though. Yeah, Rotom coming in. As I go into Heatran. HP is not that important because Heatran is mainly there for the Amoonguss. So I'm definitely fine by tanking a Hydro Pump. I definitely live one. You could also miss the Hydro Pump, but I need to pressure that Weavile, so I need those rocks up. Does connect the Hydro Pump, but I got my rocks, which is fine. And at this point, I'm going to bring in my Tangrowth. He could go for Volt Switch here. Maybe he goes for the double Hydro Pump. Also fine. 27. Okay. And Amoonguss most likely coming in. Should I just still click Sludge Bomb? Let's just click Sludge Bomb. Don't want to drop my special attack just yet. Goes for Volt Switch. Maybe I should have just clicked Leaf Storm, because then if he does for some reason go into Heatran, he didn't make display. Oh, he does. He didn't make display in the other games, so but it could also be a different opponent. Anyway, Slowking at full HP. I'm gonna go Slowking. Could double into Weavile, but I don't have any health to play around with my other mons. I switch first, so he does actually go for the attack here. Goes for Magma Storm. That's okay. And I should probably just click Scald. I cannot switch out, so just hit the Heatran. If he goes Weavile, there's still the chance to burn him. He obviously also has to take Stealth Rocks damage. And the Scald chip itself is already nice enough on the Weavile. I have the leftovers. If I stay in, I don't think Pursuit knocks me out. But he goes with Rotom. Would be cool if I burn this as well. 14%. I don't get the burn. That's fine. At this point, let's bring in a Tang again. Volt Switch definitely coming out. He could go Weavile now and just go for Icicle Crash. Wouldn't be bad either since he's Life Orbed. Yeah, Weavile coming out. Come on, there's no way you're clicking Knockoff here. Since I already have the rocks up, I might as well bring in the Heatran now. If it dies, it's not too bad. And if he goes for Icicle Crash, that would be amazing. Yes, nice. So that is really nice. Getting some nice chip off on the thing. And I'll just go back into Tangrowth. Basically stalling out some Life Orb turns. Goes for a knockoff, so it takes Life Orb and Rookie Helmet. So he can attack me 2 more times, because then he will be in Stealth Rock range. Obviously I'm going to switch out again. As he goes for Icicle Crash. And now I might as well just sack my Heatran. Or should I go back into Tang? I think I'll just sack this. Yeah. Goes for the double Icicle Crash. Would have been nice if he missed that. But at this point, I should probably just bring in Weavile, since he cannot knock me out. Could click Pursuit to guarantee getting rid of this Weavile. But what is switching into a knockoff anyway? Nothing switches into a knockoff. Because once the Weavile is gone, I'm pretty confident that I can win this game. Because how is he going to kill my Slowking now? Rotom ain't gonna do it, because it does only 30% with Volt Switch. Heatran ain't gonna do it. Among Us could also not do it. Well, I have to choose a Sleep Fodder first, but Slowking can definitely win this game now. I also win the speed tie, which is nice. Keeping Weavile at full HP. Keldeo coming in. Do I actually need Weavile? Could still hit the Rotom, so in that sense I can just bring in Slowking. And there's no drawback now. He doesn't have a Pursuit Trapper in Weavile. So what is he gonna do? He switches into Among Us. That's completely fine. And now let's see, what do we want as a Sleep Fodder? Could choose Tornadus. Actually goes for Sludge Bomb and gets a crit, but he doesn't get the poison, so I guess that's good for us. I could die to Sludge Bomb and poison, so I'll just U-turn. He actually switches into the Rotom, not wanting to tank. I'm wanting to tank the Hurricane, and now I can actually bring in my Weavile and click knockoff. Could have also brought in Hydreigon, but Keldeo was still at full HP. So now I can just knock off. Hopefully this kills. I think it's a roll. As I do not get the roll, I get the lowest roll possible. However, the Rotom dies to Stealth Rocks now, and this is his Defogger. So Rotom is basically eliminated. And he's forced to go into Keldeo, and there's no reason for me not to click knockoff now, because I'm gonna die to Stealth Rocks anyway, and I'm not planning to defog. So this should do a nice 40%. 46. Cool, cool, cool. Getting rid of the choice bags. Now I can just bring in my Slowking. And should I just click Psyshock? Could have also clicked Nasty Plot, to be honest. Maybe I should have, but Psyshock just hits everything. He brings in Among Us. And this is where the 4 EVs into speed comes in. I also get Leftovers recovery first, so there's a high chance that I'm going to be faster. Yeah, I should just click Psyshock. As he stays in, we outspeed him and 2-hit KO the Among Us, so that's really nice. And yeah, his team doesn't beat Slowking now. It also helps that I knew his team, obviously after playing it 3 times. Should know the team. Clicks Magma Storm, he misses, but doesn't really matter, as I'm able to go for another Scald and just knock him out. He hits Magma Storm now, only doing 17%. Yeah, I knock him out. And yeah, Rotom and Keldeo are not going to do it, because I still have my Tangrowth alive. Keldeo is coming in as he gives up, and that's how we win the game. So basically same team. Obviously I knew his team after playing it 3 times, so but it helped that I got rid of the Azumarill. If he clicked play rough, it probably would have been another game. But those are decisions, boys. Those are decisions. I hope you guys did enjoy this battle though. If you did, make sure to hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos. And leave a comment down below. Also, check out my Discord server. But that's it. Peace out. See you guys next time.